Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Elizabeth DeRazio, coming to you from MJ Harrington Jewelry on Main Street in Newport. For the last 3 weeks, Laura James has given us a fall visit to the Bark and Bray Sanctuary Farm. We've heard about the why and how you can help, but today let's meet some of these beautiful creatures that Jen and Ben have dedicated their work to. Laura?
So I want to talk a little bit about the stories. Here we are at the farm sanctuary. You rescue farm animals who've had really sad past, not even difficult. They've really just had rough lives, and you take them in and take care of them. It does my heart such good. Thank you so much. I'm looking at this beautiful paint. She's a miniature horse, and that's Queen Bee.
Yeah, so we were looking for a friend for Al, the other mini horse, and I started an online search at rescues, and I found this local rescue called Home at Last Farm, and they had this beautiful girl, Queen Bee, but she wasn't getting adopted. It was because she was terrified of people. She was very reactive and, you know, would act like she would kick someone or react in a physical way.
Yes.
So they had a lot of people come visit her, but no one was ever a good fit until Ben and I went to visit her. I met her, and the owner said, you know, here's her halter. I'm going to walk away and see if you can halter her. And I was like, I just watched you try to do that for 5 minutes, and she didn't let you.
It didn't work, right.
So she left me there, and I was like, okay, well, I'll try. And within a couple minutes, she actually let me approach her, and I put the halter on her.
Oh, how wonderful.
And she said, oh my gosh, you're the first person she's ever allowed to touch her. So I was like, that's a sign she's coming home.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm so happy, so happy. And she has a friend I see with her right now.
Yep, that's her boyfriend, Al.
Al, and they hang together. It looks like they're herd bound.
Yeah, they're bonded, and Queen's 35 and he's about 10, so there's a big age difference.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Well, Sybil the goat was found wandering the streets in Ware, New Hampshire in this past June. She was emaciated and in a terrible, critical state. She was wandering back and forth on a 50-mile-per-hour road, dodging cars, and this couple just stopped and wanted to help her. They called the police, and the police said, you know, you should just leave her there because she's probably not going to make it. And this couple didn't give up on her. They called every rescue they could think of in the area, but no one could take her. They found us by widening their Google search, and my husband Ben answered the phone with their call and said, you know, we'll try to help. She sounds pretty bad, but we'll try. So we brought her here, and she had to get everything under the sun done to her, you know, IV fluids, multiple antibiotic injections, and she's miraculously pulled through against the odds.
And she's joyous. You know, now we've seen, it's just a matter of months, pictures of her jumping and hopping and leaping and, you know, playing with the other animals. And I hear you got her a friend.
We did get her a friend because she was a lone goat, and she was thriving, and she just needed that emotional, you know, mental companionship that friends
we all
bring,
do,
right?
don't we? Really, and how wonderful. That
we
is
love
just
each
so
other.
wonderful. And I see someone walking. Is that Hagrid?
That's Hagrid.
And tell us about Hagrid.
Hagrid was adopted from MSPCA in Methuen, Massachusetts. He has been here for probably close to 7 years. He was adopted out as a teacup pig as a baby.
Oh, wow.
So people bought him thinking he was going to stay small, but they were swindled into thinking he was a teacup pig, but he just grew and grew.
Right.
And then he became behavioral, and they didn't know what to do with him, so they just locked him in an apartment room.
Oh, no.
And then he got so fat he couldn't walk or see.
Bless his heart. Yeah.
So eventually they surrendered him to the MSPCA.
Sure.
And then he shortly came here. He was the lone pig, but he had no social skills, and he was already middle-aged at that point.
Right.
So he didn't do well with other pigs. So we brought him here as the lone pig, and
he's happy as a clam.
He's happy. He's lost a lot of weight.
Can he see?
He can see now. He lost a lot of weight, and he's best friends with our feral barn kitty.
Oh, I love. You have a wonderful herd, and then your donkeys, of course. You have Little D and
Big D.
And how did you come to have them here?
They are ambassadors, so they actually are the only animals that really don't have a bad past. So they were the gateway into farm animals for us.
That's wonderful.
So they're great for education and interacting with the public because they are friendly and can do a lot of education.
Why is it important for us to support your efforts here?
I think we make a big impact in the lives of animals. So animal welfare is overlooked a lot of the times as maybe something that's not important, but we can make a big impact through education, getting people excited about learning about animals, and also just, having people be aware that animals do have personality and needs.
Absolutely.
And I think our social media page tries to highlight that.
So thank you for those stories. And farm animals are often overlooked as well.
Yeah.
So we're so grateful for all you're doing here at Bark and Bray, and you're in Wilmette. I would encourage you to check the Facebook page and also go on Instagram. The stories, Jen, are wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for all you're doing.
Thank you, Jen and Ben. Just a reminder that there are several ways you can help them, and many hands make light work, they say. Thanks to our good friends here at MJ Harrington in Newport for hosting us during the holiday season. Their commitment to exceptional craftsmanship and thoughtful customer service go hand in hand with their dedication to the community. Your Yankee Chronicle steps aside for the balance of the year as we bring you the lessons and carols from the First Baptist Church in next week's time slot. Tune in to Live Game of the Week this Friday at 6:53, featuring Newport hosting the Kearsarge boys in basketball action, with replays every Sunday and Monday at noon and 7 p.m. You can find it on Comcast 8, TDS 13, and 1013, and at ycnnow.com and on demand. Check the program schedule at ycnnow.com for the latest updated information on games, Yankee Chronicle, and specials. Enjoy the balance of your holiday season. And for our Christian viewers, Christ is born, glorify Him, and have a safe and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Join us again in 3 weeks at this time after New Year's for a round of your who, what, when, and where show of the Lake Sunapee region. I'm Elizabeth Durazio. Stay safe, everyone.
This program is supported by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Their full-service model offers oil delivery, propane, motor fuels with design, installation, service, and maintenance of all types of oil, gas, and alternative energy systems, as well as air conditioning, water conditioning systems, and their highly trained and friendly staff will assist you throughout the process of buying, installing, and servicing a full line of energy products. H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire since 1997, with roots going back much further as the country press, AccuMail, and the home of the Kearsarge shopper. Echo Communications. Main Street Bookends of Warner, for books, toys, games, cards, gifts, and a gallery of local art. Main Street Bookends of Warner. The Innertown Record, your weekly hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge Sunapee Sunshine region of New Hampshire. The Innertown Record.